Democrats um, keep lying and twisting things when it comes to the stimulus checks. And one thing that people are really realizing is that they're liars, and number one, and number two, that they're living in limbo because they were banking on these checks to pay the rent, to pay the phone bill, pay down their credit card debt, pay for child care, student debt, which shouldn't exist, medical debt, which shouldn't exist, groceries, the whole shebang, the whole thing. And I had said before that Biden and his Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, and the rest of Congress were trying to cap the student or put a cap on the stimulus check. And they're basically saying, well, we don't really want to give you any checks if you make more than $50,000. Let me just preface this by saying that most people who make $60,000 don't just have that money sitting in their bank account. Okay? If you make $60,000, if you're so lucky and fortunate to make that much, it's not like that's a lot of money. To me, who's on Social Security, sure, that's a lot of money. But to someone who has kids, who has bills, who has a mortgage to pay down, who's got rent, who's got everything else, and lives in a really high-cost area, that's not a lot of money. Especially in high-cost areas like New York and California. Someone who makes $50,000 in Alabama, sure, oh man, that's a lot of money. But someone who makes $50,000 in California, that's nowhere near a lot of money. Nowhere near. So the Biden administration was trying to say, well, you make enough, you don't deserve a stimulus check. Again, because to Biden, you already have the money. It's already sitting in your bank account. Because Biden's worth about $11-12 million himself. He thinks, well, come on, $50,000. I got that in my right pocket. So it turns out that Democrats, the Justice Democrat type progressives, were fighting this. And so they basically started rejecting this, saying, no, we're not about that. We want people to have it even if they make $75,000-80,000. And so finally the Joe Biden team and administration and the rest of those corporate centrist Democrats went, fine, I guess we won't put a cap. So just to give you some details, there will not be a cap if you make $50,000 or more. There will be a phase out of about $100,000 or $150,000. So if you make $150,000, I'm sorry, I think you should get a check, but okay, you won't get the check. But at least there won't be a phase out. Because see, here's the thing: Biden already compromised on that $2,000. He lied to you. I've gone over that a trillion times on this podcast. He lied and he said, oh yeah, no, we're going to give you $2,000. And then he came in and said, no, it's going to be $1,400. So he already compromised on that. He also negotiated down to, well, I'm not going to do it immediately. I'm going to let them do impeachment. I'm going to let them do an immigration deal or bill immediately. I'm going to make them pass my nominees and confirm my nominees incredibly quickly. So it's not like, Biden wanted to give this to you immediately, because that's what he said out the door immediately. You vote these guys in, we'll get this done, but you still don't have a check. So it made no sense why Joe Biden was negotiating even further to go down. Like what kind of crap is that? You don't need to go down, you need to go up. People need this money now. So look, I don't think the progressives are good enough, but they did something okay this time. You could consider it a win, fine. But, I mean, you look at the stimulus check, and look, say what you will about each party, the stimulus check actually helps people. It got people out of poverty Like, it kept them from getting into poverty. It boosted the economy. It helped the GDP. It helped families. It helped local shops because people were spending that money as soon as they got it. So this whole Mark Cuban thing of use it or lose it, like, that's stupid as hell. Like, oh yes, I got $2,000 from the government. I'm not going to use it. What's wrong with you? Of course you're going to use it. So, it does well, which is why it has 78% support among the American people to get a $2,000 check. And you got a 60, I think it's like a 67% or 68% of the people want a $2,000 recurring check. Recurring. So, yeah, this is an incredibly popular issue, and with Joe Biden not doing it immediately, it made him look like a liar. It made the Democrats look like liars, and in 6 years, Ossoff, he ain't gonna last. In 2 years, when Warnock has to run again, they're begging Joe Biden to do this. Warnock is like, I literally based my politics on this. I literally based my election on this. That's why I'm here. So, they're going to lose Georgia. They're going to lose it because they didn't do it immediately, number one. Then they're going to lose it because they went down from 2,000 to 1,400, number two. And they're also going to lose it because instead of going that populist route, they're going QAnon unity bullcrap. That's what they're doing. So, again, to close this out, I don't see why they went down. It's hurting them. That's my point. And it's hurting the American people. Forget the politicians. It's hurting the American people because they need this now. They can't wait anymore. It's time. So, again, there will not be any cap on the stimulus check. There will be a phase out, of course, because remember, we're not Wall Street, so of course. So there will be a phase out, but you will be getting a $1,400 check if you make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. I just wanted to make this video to say that and to explain some of the politics around it because it's a political channel. So, all right, everybody, like, comment, share, subscribe. We're gonna do a lot more videos this week, and if you have anything to say it in the comments. And yeah, can't wait to talk about more with you guys.